pena que yo vivo.
Welcome to Spain.
No matter who you are,
Dude, that is amazing.
no matter what you want your life to be, you're gonna be a star.
First Italian birth.
Rolling like a VIP.
Pickle beluga. That guy has a lot of balls, a lot more balls than I do.
Living like a rock star, baby. You're living like a rock star, baby.
Bullfighting is a physical contest between man and the Spanish fighting bull. And rightly so, it is controversial and illegal in most countries. But here in Spain, it's considered an art form. Lucky for me, a matador I am not, and I'm not here for the bullfighting. And that's a good thing, because I don't look very good in tight pants, and also, I'd get killed. Instead, I'm gonna stick to what I know. I'm here to go hunting. Spain is located in southwestern Europe, and it occupies 85% of the Iberian Peninsula, which it shares with its neighbor, Portugal. It's a country of stone castles, beautiful monuments, modern cities, majestic mountains, and surrounded by a lot of ocean. And now that's where I find myself, on the beach, ordering one of Spain's most famous culinary delights.
I need tapas.
Only tapa.
What do I need?
Now that was probably a stupid question. If I've learned one thing from all my travels, it's that oftentimes what the locals like and what I like are two different things. But I've also learned you only live once. So when in Spain, do as the Spaniards do.
Thank you. Bon appetit, he says. I don't even want to try that. I gotta be honest with you. I have a pretty adventurous palate, but that looks disgusting.
Alicante is a port city on Spain's southeastern Costa Blanca, and it's the capital of the Alicante province. With the Mediterranean Sea playing a major role in essentially every facet of life in these parts, it comes as no surprise that it obviously plays heavily into what the Spaniards eat. And the seafood? It's incredible. Shrimp, red mullet, tuna, prawns, squid, octopus, cuttlefish, and so much more. And here I sit alone on my first day ever in Spain. My thoughts of the upcoming hunt are muffled by the crashing waves on a calm day. Life is good. I'm in Spain on a beach, eating and drinking. And my favorite thing to do when I get to a new place is to try new foods. The beer is ice cold. The calamari is the best I've ever had. But the whole sardines with the head and the eyes and everything else intact, I gave it my best shot, but I've never claimed I like everything I've tried in a new country.
Be honest. Oh, sure. I love it. That's great. Thank you. That's horrible. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like that at all. I'm trying to muscle that down. Some of you may like that at home, but not me. Fish heads are not my style. The Iberian Peninsula saw its first human inhabitants over 32,000 years ago. And since then, the people of this area have played a major role in shaping the culture and the future of the entire world. The history here, it reads a lot like a storybook. It's kings and queens and knights and castles. And it's home to some of the most beautiful and cultural cities in the entire world, like Barcelona and Madrid and Valencia. And in these mountains lives a wise old goat called an ibex, who's been here for millions of years, and he's witnessed it all. Actually, Spain is home to 14 different kinds of big game. And when you add all that up, that's why I'm here. Welcome to Spain.
In an ancient town called Lorca, I meet my host for my Spanish journey. His name is Antonio Turrell. He's the founder and owner of Iberhunting, which is one of the premier hunting destination agencies in all of Europe. Antonio is the real deal. He's been guiding hunters for over 30 years, and it doesn't take long to figure out we're gonna be fast friends.
Today, when you come to Spain, of course, it's like a surprise box. Everything it's new, it's different. The food, small tapas. So every day, every hour, every step, you have a new adventure.
Hunting has been part of the culture here for thousands of years.
We have caves, 60 kilometers from here, caves, where it's ibex, pine, and hunter with a bow. So
The earliest people.
the earliest people.
Right,
So hunting was necessary from millions of years.
sure.
So we are speaking for nothing new.
Can't see it from here, but just over this, the fresco of this church is a castle
Yes.
where this town is basically founded from. It's not a stretch to say that the guys came down from the castle, hunted ibex, hunted whatever was here, brought the meat back to the castle, right? I mean, it's been here forever.
It's easy to let your imagination run wild for a moment, to think about the animals that were here back then and the people that hunted them. I like to think that we're somehow kindred spirits.
We have in Spain about 14 types of animal for hunting.
A big game animals.
Yeah.
Really?
And only in Spain we have the 4 types of ibexes. Not in any other places in the world you can hunt it.
Yeah. I mean, for a guy like me coming here, experiencing your history, checking out the aoudad, and of course the ibex, and everything that you have to offer, there's nowhere else in the world you can do that stuff,
No.
right?
Only in Spain.
Yeah.
And so my new friend Antonio and I begin our journey. Away from the city and into the country, up into the hills, in search of the Barbary sheep. The Barbary sheep, which we also know as the aoudad sheep, is a species that is native to the Rocky Mountains of North Africa. They were introduced into southeastern Spain in the 1970s as a game species. And today, healthy populations of wild aoudad sheep can be found in the Spanish provinces of Murcia and Almeria.
We'll say this, there's nothing quite like suiting up, if you will, for the very first time in a new country. Underneath Jesus, nonetheless. Hey, buddy. Give us some help, will you?
The aoudad sheep thrive in steep rocky mountains and canyons, and the national parks that we'll be hunting in are chock full of both. From a spot close to the road, we begin to search for sheep, and here I meet my new friend Pedro. He works in the national park as a ranger. In Spain, when hunting on public ground, a park ranger must always accompany the hunter to ensure that the right animals are taken and the herds of that area are managed properly. This ensures that each big game species is allowed to thrive. And because of this program, the number of aoudad sheep is expanding in Spain.
I think one of the coolest things about any new place is trying to figure out how these guys do this. You know, every place has got a different system. We're in a different country, for God's sakes. And on top of that, I can't understand a damn thing they're saying. It's kind of frustrating, but it's also kind of fun.
These animals are incredibly tough. They graze and browse on grasses, bushes, and lichen, and somehow they're miraculously able to obtain all of their metabolic water from those foods. The three of us hop in the truck and head to check out a new spot. And on the way, I'm pretty sure that I was party to a small crime.
What is this? What is this? Fresh oranges?
Smell.
Wow.
Están espectaculares.
Did he just steal these, technically?
Frescas.
No, we just borrow.
He just bought them.
Yeah.
Technically, I think he just trespassed and stole us all oranges. That's awesome. Well,
Ahora dile que ahora cuando lleguemos al puente yo se la parto.
He say here we cut it for
Faltan
you.
en 2 minutos llegamos.
When we stop here, he
Nos va a
will
poner
do
las
it
manos perdidas.
because you don't
Bueno,
know how
no.
to do
oh
it.
yeah. Oh, I was just gonna.
Yeah.
No,
He make it. He know how to.
he
do
knows how to do it. Okay. Pretty cool.
Llevo todos los motores parados en picado. Dice que tomamos tierra y se joder. Pero vamos a poner hasta arriba.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever and last ever Nick's Wild Ride tip of the day. How to peel a contraband orange, as demonstrated by Pedro, the park ranger, the most interesting man in Spain.
I love it. See, he wouldn't let me do this because he has a special way of doing it. Like my grandpa. He would never let me do anything because he had his special way of doing it. I can smell that thing.
A comer.
Gracias.
Buena.
It's so good. It's better because it's stolen. Nothing like eating a stolen orange in Spain. First time for everything.
We're all bandits, stealing love like money.
On morning number 2, we find ourselves close to a large group of Aoudad walking a cliff's edge. This is what I came here for, and I'm blown away by the whole experience. Any one of these animals would have been a trophy for me, but Antonio, on the other hand, says calm down, young man.
So many of them. It was like 15, 16 of them. 17. None of them big enough for you?
Was one or two quite good, but they have not enough bird, you know. So when you was watching him, how he was jumping,
Right.
all the hair was moving.
Yeah.
This is what I like.
There's something about a sheep walking on a cliff that makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. That is a good way to start a morning.
And not too long after that, we spotted a shooter ram way up high, and we moved to a position where we can begin to climb. Spotting one of these guys from down low is one thing, but getting to them, now that's a completely different deal. Special moments in life, you have to know when to recognize them. So far, I've experienced some of the people of Spain, the history, the beaches, and the tourist traps. And now, I've spent 2 hours climbing one of its mountains, and I find myself 350 yards across a valley from a mature Aoudad ram. The sweat on my brow says it all. You take a deep breath, everything slows down. This is one of those moments.
A long shot too, like 350 yards uphill. One bullet, my first one in Spain.
Yes.
This one is gonna go on my mantle because I will never forget this scene right here. Thank you, brother.
You are welcome.
Let's go get him.
It's amazing.
Pedro.
Muy bien.
Gran tiro.
Muy bueno.
Great shot,
And this
man.
old man beat me up the mountain too.
Yeah.
I was huffing it. Pedro's like, let's go.
There was definitely a bit of a celebration on top of that mountain that day. It was shared with good friends and this four-legged little guy that followed me all the way up the mountain. A tough hike that was rewarded with a moment I'll never forget. And the best part, my adventure in Spain has only just begun.
As cheesy as it sounds, the trophy is in being here with you and being in this place
Yeah.
and putting in the hunt we made. It's
I
unbelievable.
like it. I like it very much. Another day in the office. Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Super.
How's that for breaking the seal in Spain?
Yeah. Not bad.
After we sealed the deal high in the mountains above Lorca, Spain, my guide Antonio and I had an hour and a half southwest to the tiny town of Bacares. The population here is just over 300, and its charm is instantly infectious. Bacares will be our home base for my first ever ibex hunt, and I'll be staying with these two, Jose and Mari Loherquera, brother and sister, born and raised here, and proprietors of the Las Fuentes restaurant, which doubles as the only hotel in town, which is good because I'm tired and hungry. And lucky for me, this place is known for a special delicacy.
It's called octopus.
Like for real octopus.
It's a real octopus. This guy,
You eat this?
oh yeah, we eat it. You can eat it in different ways, you know.
Is this traditional?
Yeah, very traditional in Spain and north of Spain more than in the south, but everywhere everybody like it.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like the jamon. Everybody is traditional, and this we are in a mountain area. We used to grill it.
I'll admit it, I'm skeptical. I'm having a hard time getting past the suckers.
Pepe, do you like this?
¿Te gusta? ¿Te gusta el pulpo?
Sí, claro.
We like it very much.
He likes it very much.
Of course.
¿Es a mí?
What'd you say?
You also, we like it.
I will like it too? Okay.
Throughout Spain, pulpo, or octopus, is prepared differently. But here in Bacares, it is grilled, simply rotated over hot coals for 10 minutes, which gives me just enough time to pour an ice-cold Spanish beer. Then I take a drink and I wait. I mean, that's how I do it at home.
Wow. So how do you serve it now? Like,
So now, the original one is to put salt on. It's a thick salt, you know. Then you put the olive oil.
a lot of olive oil.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then the red paprika.
Paprika.
Yeah, red paprika. It's a little bit spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, mister.
And then do you just cut off a hunk? That's
Yeah,
it?
you cut
Which
it.
is the best meat, the thick part or the thin part?
Depends what you like, but both part is very soft, so doesn't matter. Here you have more meat. Here you have less meat. You know.
All right, I'm gonna go with more suckers than less
Okay.
suckers, okay? Here we go.
This is one of those moments when all eyes are on you. Everyone wants to know how the silly American is gonna react to eating the octopus. Down the hatch it goes. The look on Pepe's face says it all. He's thinking, please don't puke in my kitchen. I'm thinking, try not to offend these people. Act like you like this. And then Pepe thinks, yep, he's gonna puke. And then I start thinking, this is actually pretty good.
It's good. Takes a while to chew. It's really good. Well done, Pepe. Thank you.
Muy bien hecho, Pepe. Gracias.
Hey, my grandma always said, you gotta try new stuff.
Yeah.
So here I am. Thanks, Grandma.
As the old adage goes, there is a first time for everything. You may not like it, but there is definitely a first time for everything. A first time to dance, a first time to love. And for me, it was the first time that I came to Spain and hunted. So far, Spain has been good to me. And the good news is, my adventure is not over. Over the next 10 days, Antonio and I will hunt for the Sierra Nevada ibex and the Ronda ibex, both of which can only be found here in Spain. I'll visit the legendary city of Granada and a place called Mini Hollywood. But this isn't exactly like the Hollywood we have back home. Yeah, there are definitely no Kardashians here.
I can't understand what they're saying, but I'm pretty sure I get the gist of it.